So hey guys, this is Roxon087. I just picked up an AEG from Redwolf Airsoft. I didn't get like a special treatment or anything. I'm just taking advantage of the discount that they're going on. That's going on the website. I think it's like a 10% to 15% discount. I can't remember exactly how much it was, but I picked up an AEG because of it. And this is just an unboxing of it. You know what? I hate that cutter. I don't do unboxings very often, but I am very excited for this one. Because I've been waiting all day at work to get off work just to get this. Okay. So, okay, I did not know that it comes like this. Jesus, that's heavy. So it was $319 US. And the reason why it's slightly pricey is because it is an Avalon or VFC. I haven't bought a VFC in ages. And yes, I normally use AEGs, but then this is a very special, I normally use GBBs, but this is a very special AEG to me. So it has an M-lock Picatinny rail piece. Won't be needing that. One of those VFC QRS magazines. Oh, it's a mid cap. Okay, I'll check that out later. Actually, that's not bad looking. And for the main part of the show, so here it is. Wow, that's not bad. That's pretty good looking. So this is the I'm just gonna sit on top of this. So this is the VFC Avalon M-lock SABER CQB. It's a very cool looking rifle. Like, check out that M-lock rail. And that's a pretty good looking amplifier. So oh, look at that. So the inner barrel sits perfectly flush with the inside funnel of the amplifier. It's very cool looking. And the rail is very nicely skeletonized. It has M-lock at the right, left, and bottom. Top has skeletonization. Very, very cool. And it has an interesting trigger guard. So the trigger guard is a bit of a finger rest as well for your index finger. And oh, it's an ambi. Did not know that. So the reason why I got this AEG is because in the future I might be getting a HBA system. That's the reason why I opted to get a VFC. It's because I sort of want the aesthetics to look pretty good. The HBA system that I'm getting, I'm not entirely sure what I want to get yet. I think right now I'm thinking about Wolverine, or maybe the Polestar, what was it, the F1? Or the Jack? Not the Jack. Whichever one is the opposite to the Jack. Not the Fusion engine. There's another one that looks very similar shaped to the Jack, but I can't remember what it's called. It might be the F1. Their naming system is very weird, so I don't remember what's what. But yeah, very, very cool. As a special side note, I recall seeing one of these Avalons in gray, but mine is just a straight black color, as you guys can tell on camera. So that's an interesting magazine release. It's an extended magazine release. Actually, it looks a little bit like the Magpul one. But it has a larger, actually it's a little bit flimsy. Is it because the screw is loose? Let me check up on that. Oh, maybe it's just naturally a little bit loose. So there's quite a lot of play on my magazine release. But as far as I can tell, it looks like it's working. So the magazine does not drop freely. That's sort of good. I prefer my magwell to be a little bit tight. And my safety selector has a bit of an odd color. It's like is it made of steel? Huh, you know what, I'll figure out later. And the Avalon markings. I actually saw a version of this where it looks like it has the VFC logo, like the updated logo on over here. I'm not entirely sure what that means or if there's any difference at all. But yeah, it's quite interesting. So that's exactly how I feel. Man, I haven't felt an AEG trigger in ages. It's because the AEGs I have nowadays are the ASG CZ805 Bren and the Ares Amoeba series. So then they all have a bit of an action switch / micro switch going on. And the Bren is very squishy because it's a version 3 gearbox. So I haven't felt that in a long time. The VFC stock, or the QRS stock, is a little wobbly, but this is not a big deal. I can swap this out whenever I want. So apparently the battery space here is quite impressive. Not entirely sure what I can fit in here, but I guess I'll figure that out in a moment. So how do I pull this off? This looks a lot like the Magpul stock mechanism. Oh, it is. Okay. Actually, overall, the construction of the stock is like not bad. It's just a little bit wobbly when it's on the gun. Tamiya connector. I'm obviously going to change this to a T-plug. I can't test the gun right now is because I actually don't have any Tamiya plugs on me. I only run Deans. So, I had a friend in the building who could lend me his Tamiya battery, so thank you for that. Turns out, he also uses an Avalon. So I was surprised. The trigger response on this thing is actually not bad. Not bad at all. So this, I hear a click every single time I plug in the battery. I'm not entirely sure what that means. So I hope you guys can see this. So just to let you guys know, I feel like I can hear a bit of screeching in the gearbox that I really don't like. Well, actually not a bit. There's actually quite a lot. It's a little bit screechy, but so I'm going to figure out what that is. I am thinking about using this stock for a while first before I start disassembling it and upgrading it and swapping out stuff. So for now, I guess maybe I'll only swap out the spring to make this 1.2 joules. Not sure what to do yet. I'm actually a little bit undecided on what to do. Oh, that's what the bottom plate looks like now. Interesting. They now use an Allen key to adjust the motor height. I quite like that. I did not like using the flatheads back then. So the trigger is a lot better than it used to be. Really, really surprised. Oh geez, no wonder people use these things stocks, because it's actually sort of acceptable. Although I will say that the price is still, VFC premium, it's not that crazy unreasonable, like for the performance that you get. It's actually not bad at all. And actually it was a bit of a reset. That was the funny thing. And then reset is quite clicky, so it's not bad. It sort of reminds me of a Crytek. By the way, in case of you guys asked, originally I was originally thinking whether or not to get this or the Crytek, and I ended up deciding to get the Avalon. It's just because I've bought VFC like 3 or 4 years ago, and I was quite happy with it. Other than the self-shimming gearbox and other than the transparent tappet plate and piston, otherwise I was quite happy with it, like externally, and the general performance was okay. Although for me I did not like it. So when I heard that they upgraded the gearbox or updated it to this QRS gearbox, is that what they're calling it? When they have a MOSFET, a high torque motor, and apparently they swapped out a few parts as well. So when I heard about that, I thought, okay, I think I'm gonna go VFC again instead of trying something new. Instead of trying the Crytek's, or instead of owning one. And by the way, the Crytek that I really wanted was the LVOA one, and that was very expensive. That one's like $450, or like $400 US to $450 US, right? So this is a lot more affordable. And the total was this. Yes, you can see my name on the bill, but it was like $319 US, because there is a discount going on that makes these things a little bit cheaper. Right? So $300 US for something like this, yeah, pretty damn good. So, okay, I'm just going to swap the spring, that's it. You guys might see some gameplay videos of it for the next few months or so. Depending on, because it's winter soon, right? So, yeah. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Peace.